It's not training now.
What is it?
Warm up.
This is your warm-up.
This is warm up.
Well, aren't you boiling hot already then? Jeez. He says you're in your own planet.
I'm an alien.
You're an alien, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What's your planet?
On my planet, crazy news. Yeah.
Love that. Okay.
Dangerous planet. This is new planet. Yeah. This planet with my team, my family. Anthony now sometimes coming to my planet.
Oh, they're allowed to come?
Yes, yes. Hi.
That looks brutal.
I do this every day.
You really train so hard.
Yes, sometimes so hard, sometimes easy. Today, hard, but not.
So hard.
Yes.
Do you enjoy your training?
Yes, not every time, but I like training. I like hard training because I think God, Jesus Christ, like this, clean my soul. I think. I don't know. It's true, but it's not true. But when I train hard, I every time pray.
But also discipline.
If you don't have good discipline,
Forget it.
Oleksandr Usyk steps into this fight with a cold warning already sent through the division. He is not treating Rico Verhoeven like a novelty act or a crossover experiment. In his eyes, it is just another opponent to break down, adjust to, and expose under real boxing pressure. Usyk is basically telling the kickboxing world that this is not a showcase. It is a fight built to be solved the hard way inside the ring.
it's one more my opponents.
But even obviously he's coming from a different discipline. Is there not a different approach there, a tactic different?
Yes,
Because
just a tactic,
That's
just
it.
a training.
Got it.
And
Rico Verhoeven keeps pushing this calm, controlled mindset like a man who already knows the storm is coming. He is framing this fight as mental discipline over chaos, but against Oleksandr Usyk, that mindset will be truly tested. Usyk thrives on breaking rhythm and forcing fighters into deep, uncomfortable waters. This is where mental strength gets exposed, not in speeches but in the ring.
the biggest takeaway from seeing the likes of Rico Verhoeven is this guy is huge, like a giant of the sport.
It's so important to keep your mental health in the right place. And for me, the gym is such an important part of that because it's the time that you're investing in you. And who else is gonna invest in you around you or in the world or wherever? That's you. You gotta invest in you and work on yourself. So that's why other people's opinions and what they think and what they say, like, I couldn't care less.
Rico Verhoeven is speaking like a man fully locked into the magnitude of the moment, treating this as a legacy fight rather than just a contest. That confidence is real, but Oleksandr Usyk operates on a completely different competitive frequency. Usyk does not get overwhelmed by occasion or pressure, he thrives in it. If Rico is aiming to perform, Usyk is aiming to dismantle. That difference is where fights like this are decided.
Do you feel that pressure to perform? Oh, the tingling goosebumps.
No, it's not as much about the pressure, but it's just what an amazing time to be alive and be a part of history.
Is that you're making?
That is the background. It just gives me goosebumps because I'm so super thankful to be in this situation and to get this opportunity because it doesn't come by itself. It came from a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, but still we're here.
You said something about you're gonna have the belt painted onto that in very
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is the goal here? I mean,
I love Just win.
Win.
That's the most important thing for me. I just want to win and put the best performance out there. I appreciate His Excellency so much that he's open for that. And he looks at that like, hey, how can we make this sport even bigger? How can we get as many eyes of the world as possible looking at it?
Wade Plemines is approaching this fight like it breaks boxing logic, focusing on the idea that Usyk is risking too much for too little gain. But that completely ignores Oleksandr Usyk's mentality as a champion who actively seeks challenges instead of avoiding them. Rico Verhoeven may be new in boxing terms, but underestimating Usyk's ability to control distance, tempo, and rhythm is exactly where critics often get it wrong. Usyk has made a career out of proving people wrong at the highest level.
This is not a fight I am a massive fan of, and now that I'm free, now that I can kind of, be more open about my opinions on this fight, I fucking hate this fight. I can't stand it. I understand the circus nature of it in terms of like big name kickboxer, one of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, coming in to fight an all-time great in the boxing space in his sport. We saw it with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. The only difference there was, I think, more fans of Francis Ngannou, more of a what-if factor because of his punching power and because Fury was 550 pounds in that fight. Accurate, not even exaggerating. We got a masterpiece in terms of what Francis did to the current heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this is a little different because Oleksandr Usyk is a massively different operator than Tyson Fury. He is a far better technical boxer than anyone at heavyweight. And he isn't really susceptible to one-punch KO power the same way Fury is when he comes in out of shape and blubbery. Now, is there the off chance that Rico catches Oleksandr Usyk? Yeah, sure. I understand. It's a fight. Anything can happen. But why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part.
Tony Bellew is giving Rico Verhoeven a narrow window based on kickboxing danger, but even he admits that once Oleksandr Usyk adjusts, the momentum shifts. That adjustment phase is where Usyk becomes most dangerous, reading timing, rhythm, and angles like a chess master. Rico might start strong, but the deeper this goes, the more it becomes Usyk's world, and that is where history usually gets corrected in brutal fashion.
With him, if this was a kickboxing match, I'm trying to tell you, Alexander's in an awful lot of trouble. Do not take a kick off him. Thankfully for Oleksandr Usyk, this is a boxing match, and I think once them first 3 or 4 rounds pass, and that awkwardness and stance and style Oleksandr Usyk figures out, I think Rico could be in for a hard night's work.
I mean, some were saying it could change boxing forever if he wins, Rico. How does Rico go about trying to solve that puzzle of Usyk?
It'd be the greatest shock boxing's ever seen. If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history.
Listen, when I was young, I too using kickboxing, boxing, but I like...
Nobody told me that.
I like, but not like this, yeah, the crazy man, the legs.
Maybe he throws a high kick.
Yeah, but I like kick and legs on street. Oof, yeah, low kick, maigiri. That's
nice.
Yeah, we training when I. But then my coach, it's not kickboxing coach, it's like a jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing is one coach, but another sport is like a crazy man. But then I look for a good coach. It's my first coach, Lapin, Sergey, yes, it's, good. My father said, hey, try boxing. I say, okay.
And here you are.
Huh?
And here you are. You tried it and you've done well.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman is basically painting Oleksandr Usyk as a complete peak version fighter right now, someone who is not slowing down at all despite age. That kind of confidence comes from watching Usyk dominate elite heavyweights with discipline and precision. If Usyk is really improving physically while keeping his elite timing and IQ, then Rico Verhoeven is not facing an aging champion. He is facing a sharper and more dangerous version of the same puzzle no one has solved yet.
Usyk's 39. I feel like he's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any slippage at all. I feel like he's, and if you see the photos, it looks like Usyk put on a lot of muscle. I mean, this guy looks like a tank right now.
It's true.
Rico don't got a shot.
No shot.
Front, man. He ain't got no shot. It's ridiculous.
But what do you think of Usyk? Do you see Usyk as vulnerable?
Nah. Usyk, man, I feel like he's at his best right now. To be honest with you, it's just he's different. He's different. He takes care of himself. He preps himself properly. He's a different guy, man.
Here's the other thing, Shady. Mike Tyson was a much bigger sensation in his day than Usyk is in his day.
Yes.
Mike Tyson was much more feared and considered a more unbeatable heavyweight champion. He was in his mid-20s when he got upset by Douglas. Usyk's nearly 40. He's never captured the imagination of the public. He doesn't look invincible. And yet, if you said who would win, Usyk at his best or Tyson at his best, Tyson ain't beating Usyk.
I don't think so.
I don't even.
Simon Jordan is suggesting there is a deeper business and strategic reason behind this fight rather than just sport, implying crossover influence from events like Ngannou versus Fury. But Oleksandr Usyk's career shows he does not step into fights just for trends. He steps in when there is a challenge worth solving. Even if the business side is there, Usyk's mindset in the ring remains purely competitive, and that is what makes him dangerous in any crossover situation.
Little space, and I can see how the monetization vehicle of this works, but Usyk wouldn't be doing this unless there's a reason for it. There must be a motivation behind it. It must be some form of derivative as to what happened between the various disciplines crossing over with Ngannou.
Liam Goff is calling this fight a gimmick and questioning Rico Verhoeven's boxing credentials at world title level, but that ignores the reality of what Oleksandr Usyk represents. Usyk is not giving away his position. He is testing himself against a different type of elite athlete. While critics focus on records and resumes, Usyk focuses on solving whoever stands in front of him, regardless of background or discipline.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Oleksandr Usyk. This is Oleksandr Usyk picking money over legacy.
Tony Bellew is putting this into historical context by showing exactly how dominant Oleksandr Usyk has been at heavyweight, beating elite giants at their absolute best. That is why this fight is being treated as a massive upset scenario. Rico Verhoeven stepping into this level of opposition means he is not just fighting a boxer, he is stepping into a version of Usyk who is proven, undefeated in mindset, and tested against the biggest punchers and strongest men in the division.
If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history. Yes, it's the second professional fight on paper, but this is a guy whose second professional fight is against the undisputed, unified former cruiserweight champion of the world, the current undisputed unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's undefeated. Nobody has been able to touch this guy. It's peak Oleksandr Usyk. He's just defeated a man who's 20 stone and 6'9" in Tyson Fury twice. He's just defeated a record machine in Daniel Dubois who was on the run of his life. This isn't a guy who's washed up having a comeback fight against somebody. This is a guy in his peak and in his prime. Put that into perspective. If Rico Verhoeven is to do this, it's off the Richter scale. This is bigger than Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson. That's how big this is. This would be the greatest shock in boxing history.
Peter Fury is simply confirming that both fighters willingly stepped into this matchup, showing this is not forced but wanted by both sides. That makes it even more interesting because Oleksandr Usyk is known for only accepting challenges he respects. Rico Verhoeven may come from kickboxing, but Usyk's acceptance signals he sees this as another problem to solve inside the ring, not just a promotional event.
Rico wanted the fight, Usyk wanted it. They said both ultimate fighting men, aren't they? So fights like this are not going to be hard to make.
Rico Verhoeven is expressing confidence in his punching power and transition into a more boxing-focused style, but Oleksandr Usyk operates in a completely different technical environment. Usyk does not just absorb power, he avoids, adjusts, and dismantles rhythm over time. Rico's strength may create moments, but against Usyk's movement and timing, Sustaining that impact becomes the real challenge.
I'm always like very calculated, but yeah, when I connect, I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited.
Usyk is not playing any media games here. He is locking in like a true elite champion. The way he calls Rico a dangerous guy shows real respect, but also calculation. He is not underestimating anything, which is exactly what makes him so dangerous. While others talk about hype and crossover drama, Usyk is treating this like a full world title level preparation. That mindset difference is massive. Rico may be a king in kickboxing, but Usyk is built for elite boxing warfare where timing, IQ, and discipline decide everything. When Usyk says it is 100% fight for him, that is a warning, not a statement. That means pain is coming in a controlled, scientific way.
Sure. And Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would be like the cherry on the cake.
This is the typical gatekeeping argument, but it misses the reality of elite boxing politics. Usyk is not just another champion waiting in line. He is the man who cleaned out an entire generation of heavyweights. When you reach that level, you stop playing by Q rules and start making legacy decisions. Rico not having boxing experience is valid criticism on paper, but this fight is not about rankings. It is about spectacle and challenge at the highest level. Usyk has already beaten the so-called best, so now it is about risk versus curiosity. If anything, this fight proves Usyk is still willing to take unusual risks while holding every advantage in skill. That alone tells you his mindset is still sharp and hungry.
A kickboxer for a long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Oleksandr Usyk when there's a queue so big. And
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably earned the right to have an easier one.
Even respected voices in combat sports cannot ignore Rico's dominance in kickboxing history. Being called Prince then King shows long-term control of a division, not a short hype run. But boxing is not kickboxing, and that is where the danger begins. Rico might have decent hands for his sport, but Usyk is operating on a completely different technical level when it comes to pure boxing IQ. The way this fight is being discussed shows curiosity more than certainty. People respect Rico, but nobody is fully confident he can translate everything into a boxing ring against someone as complete as Usyk. That uncertainty is what makes this fight so compelling, because reputation alone does not survive under real boxing pressure.
Oleksandr Usyk steps in and will take on one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. I'm actually quite a big kickboxing fan, so I know quite a lot about him. I've watched a few of his fights over the years. They used to call him the Prince of Kickboxing, and then he elevated to the King of Kickboxing. I mean, he's a very, very, very good kickboxer who's got decent hands. I can't lie to you. It's funny, yeah?
This is elite mentality in its purest form. Usyk is completely detached from hype, pressure, and media noise. To him, this is not an event. It is just another assignment to complete. That is what makes him so hard to beat, because emotional fighters often break under expectation, but Usyk removes emotion from the equation entirely. When he says everything is okay, it is not comfort, it is confirmation that he is already in control mentally. Rico might be driven by excitement and ambition, but Usyk is driven by structure and discipline. That contrast is everything in high-level fights. One man is dreaming, the other is executing. That usually ends one way in elite boxing.
No, it's not pressure for me. Listen, it's just fight. It's a boxing fight. It's a normal. I prepare for this fight. Everything okay.
Everything from the camp sounds calm and professionally controlled, which is exactly how Usyk operates before big fights. There is no panic, no confusion, just a structured path toward fight night. That is a nightmare for opponents, because it means the champion is fully locked in. Rico may bring size and power, but Usyk brings preparation discipline that very few fighters in history have matched. When camps run this smoothly, it usually means the fighter is already mentally ahead of schedule. The fact they are talking about travel and final stages shows everything is under control. For Rico, that means he is not just facing a champion, he is facing a perfectly prepared system built to break him down round by round.
Doing very well. His preparation is already coming down in the very end, and soon as going to be back home in a week or so. Yeah, about in a week, maybe 10 days. We're going to Australia.
This is not just another crossover fight. This is a full-scale collision between two undefeated mindsets in completely different worlds. On one side you have Oleksandr Usyk, a master technician who has already cleaned out boxing's elite and proven he can solve any style in front of him. On the other side you have Rico Verhoeven, a dominant kickboxing king who believes his discipline, timing and power can transfer into boxing success at the highest level. The real question is not just who is stronger, but who adapts faster when everything starts breaking down under pressure inside the ring. If Usyk wins, it only strengthens the argument that he is one of the most complete fighters of this generation, capable of dismantling champions from any sport with pure boxing intelligence and ring craft. But if Rico shocks the world, it becomes one of the biggest crossover moments in combat sports history and instantly changes how people view discipline versus adaptability. Mentally, Usyk looks colder, more controlled and far more experienced in deep championship waters, while Rico carries ambition, pride and belief that he can rewrite expectations. That clash of calm versus confidence is what makes this fight so dangerous and unpredictable. At the end of the day, fans will argue, analysts will debate, but only one man will prove his system works when it truly matters under lights. Now the real question is simple: do you believe boxing IQ will dominate, or can kickboxing power break the pattern? Drop your prediction in the comments and subscribe for more hard-hitting boxing breakdowns like this one.